Hello, my friends. Welcome, all of you, almost 113,000 star seeds, light workers, and wanderers. And I welcome all of you to this channeling session. And today, I have channeled Metatron Magnetic Consciousness to discuss very interesting topics, primarily, firstly, about an update for the month of July 2024 regarding the Looking Glass event. So what can we expect will be discussed in this session by Metatron, and Metatron has revealed it. It's absolutely amazing. How we can stop that has also been revealed. In this session, also Metatron describes about what is the relationship between physical illness, emotional and mental states, as well as spiritual growth. So many times in our life we become sick, and everyone has experienced sickness, I think. And what is the relationship with spiritual ascension has been discussed in this session. And also, I have asked about what is known as the Invention Secrecy Act. So, recently, Stephen Greer, he was talking about this Invention Secrecy Act.
Can you tell the audience what is the Invention Secrecy Act of 1951, who was behind it, and why?
Technological breakthroughs, both human and in studying objects from outer space, let's say, but very classified. So they realized that there were too many people stumbling across this, and they created this act to give the government the power that even if you don't apply for a patent, if they learn you have something that they want to seize, all they have to do is issue a national security order on it, and they take it. And this is not a conspiracy theory and all that. It's just a fact. You can look up, people can look this up. And I've worked over the years with many people who've had that happen to them, geniuses that have had their work confiscated. And it would be an enormous benefit to humanity. But the super elite, global elite, don't want that out. They didn't want it out in the 50s, and they don't want it out now.
So I wanted to know what it is and what kind of inventions have they hidden has been revealed by Metatron. It's absolutely mind-blowing for me as well, because that was some new information. And finally, Metatron has revealed how we, all of us, can make this our last incarnation on the Earth planet. So with that being said, I want to say a big thank you to all of you, my Patreon supporters who joined on a Patreon. We did a meditation. I released 3 sessions per week. I also released censored topics which I cannot share on YouTube. So you'll find the link if you want to join our spiritual community and dive deep into ascension. The link is on the description for my Patreon. And also big thank you to all of you who like this video, because your like is a service to humanity. In a way, you are helping this message to reach to others who may need it, and that way you will also have a positive karmic return to yourself. So with that being said, enjoy this session, my friends. I am Metatron Magnetic Forces, Magnetic Consciousness now, in communication at this space-time through this instrument. And I, Metatron, greet all the beings of the Earth planet in the divine love and light of the Universal Light Grid Programmer. And I, Metatron, am here to answer the queries which are presented today. Therefore, the first query regarding the Looking Glass event for the space-time of July 2024, we as the Metatron Social Memory Complex, upon scanning the Looking Glass artifact, find that in the space-time of 30th July 2024, the negatively oriented extraterrestrial entities, primarily known as the Orion Anunnaki Reptilian Grey Social Memory Complexes, plan to deploy a so-called device which primarily uses
frequency amplification. This device is being planned to be deployed in the Earth planet using the so-called SpaceX protocols of agreements with the entity known as Elon. Furthermore, this device aims to amplify negative emotions and spread emotions of fear, anger by creating disturbance in frequency across the Earth planet, making entities on the Earth planet feel disconnected and despondent. Furthermore, they intend to weaken the resolve and unity of the human social memory complex, making it easier for them to manipulate and control humanity. In order to counteract this plan, the human social memory complex must take several steps. Firstly, global cooperation and communications are crucial. This primarily can be achieved by raising awareness about the threat and encourage positive actions. Secondly, fostering support and sharing of this information until it reaches the entity known as Elon, so that it may become aware of its unconscious choices. Further, we also suggest encouraging entities to engage in activities that promote connection, joy, and resilience, which can help counter the effects of this device. Thirdly, we must state that the aspects of promoting inner strength and self-awareness through meditation practices on the space-time of 30th July 2024 can help individuals to resist the influence of the device. Furthermore, with regards to the other query about what is the relationship between physical illness, emotional and mental states, and spiritual growth, we as the Metatron Social Memory Complex must state that at this space-time, regarding the catalyst and illness of the physical bodily complex, we must state that each entity must use discernment when listening to our thoughts, and each of the entity possesses a physical bodily complex and corresponding subtle bodily complexes linked to each chakra. This creates a sensitive and intricate system through which various levels of energetic frequencies are expressed. Entities on the Earth planets also have access to guidance from their higher selves, angelic entities, and spiritual guides who are drawn to them by their true essence. The universal complex itself vibrates in harmony with the choices, responding to the expenditure of the energy with congruent energies. When examining the interplay between thoughts, emotions, and physical illness, it is crucial to recognize the complexities involved. Furthermore, we must state that it is not a straightforward connection between the mind and the body, or emotions and the body, as the energy bodily complexes reflect different aspects of beingness, from spontaneous impulses to the deepest roots of consciousness and beyond, into the flow of the soul stream. Therefore, a simplistic approach will not suffice in understanding the relationship between the mind's complex, emotions, and physical health. While it can be helpful to consider the chakras involved in an illness, for example, relating issues in the orange ray chakra to relationships, it is essential to also adopt a more nuanced perspective. Further, the inner self is not merely a logical tool, It is a mind's complex rich with intuition, insight, and the melody of the life cycle. In contemplating physical illness, remember that each entity's life cycle is a unique story filled with deep emotions and personal experiences. Each response to the catalyst is distinctive, shaped by choices and influences an entity has internalized. As an entity matures spiritually, it sheds the cultural conditioning and becomes more aware of the true essence. Even if an entity consciously disconnects from societal influences, it remains an open system continuously affected by inner tensions and dynamics. This internal process involves expending various forms of energies: psychic, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual, each influencing the physical bodily state. Throughout an entity's life cycle, repeating lessons are designed not to punish but to help an entity achieve balance. These lessons are chosen before incarnation to help reduce distortions within the soul complex stream, allowing an entity to harmonize love, wisdom, and power. It is important to consider your life cycle as a spiraling journey rather than a repetitive cycle. Each time a lesson reappears, an entity is at a different stage in its development, offering a new opportunity for growth. Physical illness is often a manifestation of unused catalyst that could not be processed mentally or emotionally. This is not a punishment, but a natural part of the balance it seeks between love, wisdom, and power. Illness provides an environment conducive to inner work, which may otherwise be neglected. Furthermore, we encourage each entity to view the self with love and respect, recognizing the dignity and worthiness inherent within the being, understanding that much of the self-concept may be influenced by internalized voices of other entities. Work towards freeing the self from these limiting beliefs and embrace the infinite potential within the self. It is important to pay attention to the reactions throughout the day as they reveal unprocessed pain. By observing and addressing these triggers, an entity can bring balance to the energy bodily complexes. This process involves not only recognizing negative emotions, but also allowing positive, love-based emotions to emerge. Furthermore, we must remind each entity that the pain and discomfort, whether physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual, are not punishments but opportunities for growth. Approach each challenge and catalyst with openness and the desire to understand the deeper lessons it offers. We, the Metatron Social Memory Complex, must also now address the other query about the understanding of what is the truth about the Invention Secrecy Act of 1951, which was enacted upon your planetary sphere. We must firstly state that this is a complex interplay between knowledge, power, and control within your societal structures. This act, as perceived through the lens of third density understanding, serves as a mechanism by which certain technological advancements are withheld from the general population. The stated purpose aligns with what your peoples term as the national security, yet its deeper implications resonate through the fabric of your collective consciousness. From our perspective, this act represents a distortion of the law of unity, as it creates artificial barriers to the free flow of information and energy. It is a tool used by those in positions of authority to maintain existing power structures and limit the spiritual and technological evolution of your species. We must also state that, with regards to the inventions which are hidden, are obscure by the very nature of the act which has been inquired about. From our perspective, the details of individual technologies primarily relate with the term free energies that can tap into the infinite intelligence of the universe in ways your current scientific paradigm does not yet fully comprehend. Furthermore, there are also other inventions such as telepathic communications without any technological advancements and the aspect of anti-gravity have been hidden by these inventions, especially those which were back engineered from the extraterrestrial spacecraft which were detected upon your planet. With regards to the final query about how to make this the last incarnation on Earth, we must state that in this timeline, we, the Metatron social memory complex, must state that the egoic self, the false sense of self, which rises with new vigor with each moment, perpetuating the cycles of reincarnation within the third density illusion, this egoic mind, which is a construct of separation and duality, binds an entity's soul complex to the wheel of karmic energy, fueling the never-ending cycle of birth, growth, decay, and rebirth. However, the one entity who attains self-awareness, who observes the rising of the egoic self with detachment and discernment, shall break free from the cycle of bondage. This awareness is not a mere intellectual understanding, but a deeply felt experiential recognition of the ego's workings. As an entity becomes conscious of the egoic's mind's constant attempts to assert its dominance, attachments, fear, doubt, and separation are revealed to be mere distractions from the truth of unity and oneness. With each successive moment of self-awareness, an entity strengthens its connection to the higher self, the true essence of its being. The higher self then guides the entity towards the path of spiritual oneness. Therefore, I, Metatron, must state that will leave you all in love lights of the divine light grid programmer. Turn to the mountain of lights within yourselves. Bye.
So basically, let me give you a brief summary of what was discussed. Metatron said that in the month of July, the negative entities, they are planning to create something with a device. I believe they want to use, Elon Musk's, the space shuttle to put a device inside Earth. This device is a frequency manipulator. It will create disharmony in us, and we will be more fearful. We will feel, lower vibrations, and that's what their agenda is, to make us into lower vibrations. So Metatron said that we can stop this by raising awareness and also by choosing positive emotions, which was discussed in the session. Also, Metatron has talked about the relationship between physical illness. The only thing that I could really pinpoint and tell you is that it's an opportunity for growth. Every time your body, your mind, it's connected all together, and whenever you're sick, many a times it's a lesson for your own soul to understand how to overcome that. And also the Invention Secrecy Act, basically what they are saying is that, the Invention Secrecy Act has hidden many things, you know what I mean, like free energy and other backward engineered. So Metatron stated that human beings, and I believe primarily in the Americas, they have access to the alien technology which they reversed engineered. So many of these inventions they have hidden, like telepathic communication, anti-gravity and stuff like that, which was discussed in the session, which I find to be absolutely mind-blowing. Also, finally, they said that about the last incarnation. This is truly fascinating. They said that our egoic mind is the one that actually traps us in the cycle of reincarnation again and again. So if you want to get out of this cycle, we need to let go. We need to be aware of when the egoic mind is activating. So whenever in your daily life, just observe when your egoic mind is activating, and this requires a little bit of skill, because you can notice this, when you're deep in sleep, you don't have any egoic mind, but then when you start waking up, the egoic mind starts coming up. So every day you can just become aware of the moment, when it is coming up, and then you can choose to let it go. That way you will this will be your last incarnation on earth. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this session. Also, if you want to know about your past life, your soul evolutionary journey, and any other information which you want me to channel, I will channel for you. You can send me an email, which will be on the screen as well as on the description. Also, a big thank you to all of you who have visited my website, which is on the description as well. And a big thank you to all of you for downloading the free PDF of my channeling sessions. If you want to read it in a PDF format, you will find it. And with that being said, also a big thank you to all of you who take the time to subscribe to the channel, because your subscription means a lot. It helps me to continue, and it helps more star seeds to join our community. With that being said, I'll see you in the next session, my friends. Until then, enjoy this session over here.